a very sad situation about a young promising talent who lost his life allegedly. You know what I mean? Now, this hasn't been confirmed by any news sources, and the names and stuff get muddled, but this is the rumor that's going online. Now, there is a famed comedian, or excuse me, I should say, man, a comedian on the uprise. He's uprising, and he's one of these internet comedians. It's one of those things that's been popping up the last couple of years, and these guys have been really, really doing big things out here. And he's a relatively young guy, man. His name is Wooxbiddy. Now, Wooxbiddy went online and made a post that some are relating to what people are alleging was his shooting yesterday on Christmas Eve, man. Sad situation, man. Yeah, man. People out here still gunning people down on Christmas Eve. It's a sad situation. But, man, it's a crazy situation as well because Meek Mill had a lot to say, and they're saying that Meek Mill is talking about his event or his shooting specifically. Now, before we get into the specifics of everything, do me a favor, man. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Wooxbiddy. Now, Wooxbiddy is an internet comedian, and dude seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders as far as what he wanted to do with his life is being a comedian and spreading jokes. Now, internet comedians is a new thing, man. But, man, these dudes have been becoming very successful. And it seemed like he was on his grind. He had a little bit of reach within Philly. And his social media presence wasn't really big, but it was building, man. And you could see his comments were usually pretty lit, man. Everybody is in his comments talking a whole bunch of stuff, usually bigging him up because of his funny skits. His skits are hilarious, to be honest with you. But, dude, man, sad to say, man, he lost his life. Now, he lost his life on Christmas Eve, allegedly, and a lot of people are saying it's due to a video that he had put out recently. Now, Wooxbiddy had took to social media, and he was obviously, if you could tell by some of his other skits, he was obviously a fan of drill rap. Like, he had pictures on his profile of Duck, and he had pictures on his profile of none other than King Von. He was obviously likes the drill scene, and he probably took it a little too far with a joke. Now, the joke that he released was, man, on Christmas Eve, man, he basically took to social media and was complaining about the fact that nobody hit him up. And then he went on a rant like he was from O Block. So he said some very disrespectful things about Tooka, and he said some very disrespectful things about Duck. Now, do I believe that he believed any of this? No. Because if you look at his profile, it was obvious he was a fan of drill, and he was just saying this stuff just to be saying it for shock value or whatever, or as a joke. And, man, it was in poor taste, to be honest with you. It was in very poor taste. And I'm pretty sure, man, folks wish that he could have took it back because, man, later on that same day, man, Wooxbiddy ended up losing his life. He was actually gunned down on live. Now, let's look at the clip that everybody's relating to the shooting.
Nobody called me. Nobody hit me up. It's 63rd, Tooka, Duck, all them. You already know. Full block. You know, long little grandson, V-Roy and T-Roy.
And you can hear right there, he made some very disparaging remarks about Tooka and some very disparaging remarks about none other than FBG Duck. And, man, a lot of people are saying, where did this come from? And why did he say this? And I'm looking at it and I see it's a joke, man. When it comes to comedians, especially even internet comedians, I give them some artistic liberty that I might not even give a rap artist. Because at the end of the day, they're comedians. They're trying to make you laugh and be funny. It shouldn't be taken that serious and just as surface level type of jokes. But was the joke in poor taste? Yes, it was. And, man, they're saying that this contributed to the fact of somebody shooting him that very same day that this video was made, man. Sad situation, like I said before. And, it's crazy that, something as simple as a joke could lead to a shooting. But, man, there's other people online who are saying that this had nothing to do with the fact that he made that video, that his alleged shooting had to do with something that he was into in the streets of Philly as well. Now, there's official news report that came out, but it doesn't name any names, but they're connecting this news report to the situation. Let me go over it right here. So about 14 hours ago yesterday, the CBS News in Philly, they dropped this report, and it said basically this. It said Philadelphia police are investigating a deadly shooting in Overbrook section of the city Thursday afternoon. Eyewitness news on the 1800 block of Winewood Road where the shooting took place. Police say a 20-year-old man was shot several times around 11:30 a.m. He was taken to Lacknew Medical Center where he would later succumb to his injuries. No arrests have been made at this time. Now, everybody's saying this is Wooxbiddy, man, that they just left his name out because he's a 20-year-old man, allegedly, and this happened around the same time that, his shooting took place yesterday. And this is crazy, man. To think somebody's so young, man, 20 years old, he's not even old enough to drink. And he's already, set on his way trying to be a comedian, working on his craft and trying to perfect that. And then he gets gunned down, allegedly because of some words that he said online, but not officially. It could be anything. I mean, Philly is a wild city as well. I mean, just like Chicago, I think even Philly for a good period this year was outpacing Chicago in shootings and murders. Now, that's not a good thing. That's not anything you need to be striving for as a city. Like, being the murder capital is not a goal or a win, man. It's a bad look on your city for real, man, because it makes people not want to visit there, and man, tourists never to come there, man. Even though we're in a pandemic, man, it's just a bad look all around. You know what I mean? Now, Meek Mill actually spoke on the situation as well, man. Meek Mill took to social media and he put out this post right here. Meek said, "Stop talking down on dead people. That'll always gonna come back and haunt you every time." Now, I believe Meek is right here. I do not like the whole drill thing of talking down on your dead ops and all that. That was never even an issue in West Coast gangster rap back in the day. Like, there was a lot of things that they were getting into. But you know what, folks? We never knew it because they never put it specifically in their music. These cats put the whole whatever happened in the street in their music, and you know what happened or who they don't like because they'll go and diss them on the track or go online and diss them. I mean, number one, this is a very, very bad look for anybody to do that. But number two, come on, man, have some type of compassion for that person and their family and the people who are left here trying to mourn for them, man. You don't know about their situation and who's grieving for them and how they might feel, or if they're a fan of your music, or if they watch it online, man. And that's like reopening a new wound every time they see somebody or hear somebody diss somebody that they're related to. I mean, even Tooka's mom came out and said, "Yo, man, like, y'all stop saying, stuff about Tooka," because Tooka was only a 15-year-old boy when he was gunned down and killed. And it's been an ongoing thing within, hip hop within drill rap where folks are still talking about dissing Tooka, man. I mean, and it's been like years. It might have, or what's it been, like a decade since Tooka has passed or something like that? And man, folks are still, even on the new Lil Durk album, I swear he still had something he had said about Tooka. And man, this is something we need to stop doing and put to bed, man, because there is no good that comes from that. And I agree with Meek Will about that wholeheartedly. All right, so what do you guys think, man? Do you think that dissing dead ops is just something that's new to hip hop and we're going to have to get used to? Or is even joking about it just going a step way too far? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.